Hello guys, my name is Kalyan Kumar. In this video, I am discussing about the mini project that which have made by me by using the React.js. So, in this video, first of all, I am going to explain you about the layout and how my app works. So after that, I will go through the code, how it will be. So, as coming to the app. So this is a primary part of the code, and this is the login page where, as you see, the URL, when I type this login, it will redirect it to this login page, and this is the username field and this is the password field. And if we enter the username or password, then there will be an error message shown as the other apps like. So example, I am using the username Rahul and with wrong password, then the user will be with an error. As you see, username and password didn't match. If we type the correct password, sorry, see, this is the home page. In this home page, the white color part is the header section, and this is total part is in home section. In this home only, the primary part is header, and this is the content part, and this is the footer part. So in the header part, we had home, bookshelves as well as logout. When we click on this home, this will be redirected to this page itself, and as well as when click on this book hub icon, then it will be redirected to this page itself. And when we click this bookshelves, it will be redirected to this bookshelf. I will explain about this. Uh, uh, in this content part, when we click on this find books also, it will be redirected to the bookshelves. As you see, find books, so it is redirected to the bookshelves. So let's go to the home, and this is the area where we can display the different books that was present. So as we click here, it will be scrolled, as well as we click here, it will move forward, and this is the backward, and this is all the books data. When we click on this individual book, then it will be redirected to individual book details. As you see, when I click here, then there will be a change in the URL also. You can observe that. See, this is the books and this is the ID of the book. As you see in books details, this is the details of the individual book. It will be look like. So when we click on this icon, it will be redirected to the home. And coming to this bookshelves, so in this bookshelves, there will be a header part as well as a bookshelves rendering as well as this contact part. When we click on this all, then all the books will be rendered in the book section. When we click on this read, then the only read status, as you see, status read will be rendered. And when we click on this currently reading, then only currently reading books will be rendered, and want to read, it will be rendered only the want to read books. As you see, when I was clicked on the individual, then there will be a change in the color too. That means it was in active condition. As I click on read, the read was in active, as well as it will show only the items read. So now let's take a random book example. I will give you the sun. As you see, I will give you the sun and click on search. Then your search for I will give, as you see, where I willingly typed the spelling mistake, so there will be an error, and this syntax will be appeared here itself. As I will give you the sun, see, So it's saying that it didn't matches. When I type the correct thing, see, I will give you the sun, then this individual book will be rendered. So again, when all is clicked, all the books will be rendered, as you see here. So in these books, when we click on this individual ID, then it would be rendered to the individual item itself, as you see here. Again, let's go to bookshelf. Again, choose the random book, the Tempest, and you see the Tempest, the author of the book, and you can see the about author and about book information was also changing time to time when we click the individual ID itself. So the books of Differ, as you click on this, books of Differ, the world's most beloved mysteries writer celebrate. See, as you see, the information was changing. So again, when we click on this logout button, then it will be redirected to this logout. After clicking this, when we try to access this home page, still it is redirecting to the login. So again, such shelf page, as you see. Sorry, I have typed the spelling wrong. Should not be login here. See, again it's redirected to the login page. Or if I click any random, then the not page layout will be displayed. When we click go back to home button, then it will be redirected to the login page itself. So if once the login was done, as you see, if I click now slash something xyz, it will go back. It will showing not found layout. Once you click on this, see, you are seeing home page itself. So again, when I click logout and after that I try to log in some xyz, not found, again go back to home, it is redirecting to the login but not the home page. So this is how my code works, my app works. And the code for this, I will show you the mobile view also before going to the code. See, this is the mobile view where so this is how in mobile it's look like, where in laptop view you can see only 3 there, but here only it shows 2. When we click this hamburger menu, here the home bookshelves logout button will be displayed. So when we click on this bookshelf, as you see here, all read, currently reading, want to read, were displayed. When we click on this individual, you see the individual book details different from the responsive. So now let's go to this code. Now see, it changed. So now let's go to this code. The part of this code starts from this app.js. Here, as you see, I was started to write this code from here itself, where I was use the third-party packages like switch router, React router DOM, and some other packages, React Sleek, React Roder in this. Uh, so here, this is a switch where switch is used to redirect the code from exact path itself. But if example we click on this slash login, the other paths will not be logged in, only the slash login path will be rendered. That's why we use the switch. And the use of route is nothing but the individual component only should be rendered. So this all the route part will be placed in the switch itself, so that the code runs perfectly. As you see, I had uh, different components like login, home, bookshelves, book details, and not found. This is the login component where I had written the separate code for login purpose. And I was divided this parts as a header component, this footer component, because header and footer was similar to same to all the bookshelves as well as the individual book details. As you see, bookshelves, see this header will be same as well as this footer content also will be same. So I divided this header and footer into individual components so that I can reuse the code easily. So going to this login, going to this login part. This is the login part where I will show you this. This is the image display code, and this is the form. As you see, so this is the form. In this form, we can able to see this username password field. This all will be placed in this form itself. When we click this login, it should submit. As you see, this is the render field where what we are typing that will be stored in the state itself. So as you see, this is the username and this is the password. The information we are typing in that field, that will be stored in this user, and from by storing this into the user, by using this API URL and post option, uh, we can fetch the data. So after that, if the data will be matched with the credentials that was present in the URL, then it will be accessed to the login, or else it will not be accessed. It will be redirected again to this login page itself. So this is on submit success, and we are storing this when we log in. Then there will be in JWT token uh, will be there, and that JWT token will be stored in these cookies, because for this entire usage of app until we log out, then we the person was authenticated or not has to be checked. So that purpose we will use this JWT token, and the JWT token will be stored in these cookies. uh, so if submit button is clicked and the credentials was matched, then it will be move to this home page. As you see when I was submitted, then it will be redirecting to the, see, it was redirecting to this home page. So that's what here, after its success, then it was redirected to this login page. So after going before going to this home, I said that I was created some different components for header and footer itself, and these are those components, header and footer. And this is the header part of the code where I had used this different third-party packages, the React icons. So in this, this is the book hub icon. This is the image that which I have created. As you see, the Lamborghini view will be appeared only in the mobile view, but not in the responsive view, web view. So this is that Lamborghini menu. I will show you. See, this is the Lamborghini menu. when we click on this, the home and bookshelves should has to be displayed, and the code for this is here itself. And when we click on this individual home or else this bookshelf, then it should redirect it to the home page as well as this bookshelf page. As you see here, when I clicked on this bookshelf, it was redirected to the bookshelf, so that we are placing this link to that. What is the use of link? Means that when we place the bookshelves in this example, when we place this home, as you see here, home, when we placed on this in link, then it will be redirected to you to the home. So that's the part of the link acted as you see. This is all the code for that header part, and this is the home code. So in this home, we use the React Slick. What is the use of React Slick? Means nothing but this is the slider. As you see in the home, the slider here we are using. As you click on this, it will slide, and this part was a reusable code that will be available in React third-party packages. As you see here, the React Slick, and this is the documentation how the code should be used will also be mentioned in this documentation. As we follow this documentation, then the code works fine. As you see here, I am using this document by use of documentation. I use this in my code. As you see here, this is the code which I brought from the documentation. As I see the slides to show, here is 3 in web applications. It shows 3 example in breakpoint where 1024 pixels, then it will slide should be showed to 4, whereas for 600 it should show to 2, and for 480 it should be showed to 2. As you see here, it was showing to 2. When I go to the responsive, then it showed 3, like this. So here our requirements will be changed in this part. After that there was a class component, and that there will be state. This is the part where we will render the API call. We will render the data by API call. So if API call was success, then there will be a success view, like as you see here. This is the success view. If there will be a failure, then there will be a different view, as I will show to you now. Dot failure failure. Now as you see here, see, this is the failure view, how it will look like. When we click on this try again it will trying to be viewed, and the API call will be called, as you see. And there will be a render part in when I click again and again try again, loading that is called the loading, where that loading is also a third-party package. uh, Means when we getting the data, it takes some time. During that time, instead of showing this empty view, we can show this loading view, as you see in the other apps too. So let's place this success again and save it. So in case here if success, then the books data should be shown, or else the failure should be shown. And this is the loading view, where you can see this loader type is tailspin, and this is the success view of this book. When we click on this individual book, it should push to that ID itself, and to call that we are using this separate component that is called the book details component, where as you see the path should be like this books, and the is2 ID is nothing but the ID that which we click, the ID will be appeared here. As you see now here, when I click on this book, then the ID, as you see here, the book and the ID was appearing here. And this is the not found view, as I shown previously. So the login page completed, the not found page was completed, and as well as the home page was completed. I didn't show you about the footer session, where you can see this footer session here, and this is the footer session. These all are the icons, where these icons I was extracted from React icons. As you see here, Twitter, you will get the Twitter and some Facebook. See, the Facebook icon will be get by clicking this, the code will be copied, and the copied code has to be extracted from this React icons, and that should be placed here. As you see here, for Instagram means the icon will be appeared. This is the name of this icon, where from this we are extracting this icon like this. As you see here, from this third party package, we are extracting this FA Instagram, FA Twitter, FA Google. This is the name of this icon that was present in the third party packages. As you see here, we are using here, then it will be look like this. See the Google, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and the contact us. As you see here, the contact us. So here the header and as well as the footer section was separated as different component, because we will use this header and footer in home page as well as in bookshelves page, so that instead of writing this header and footer section to for every time, we will use as a reusable code. So that is how it will be helpful. So login completed as well as the header footer completed. Now you see the bookshelf. In bookshelves I had created two different components. As you see, header as well as this right component. In this right component I had divided into again two components. As you see here, this bookshelves component and book component. So that will be as a left component. The left component code will be like this. As you see here, the bookshelves all read current and want to read, as well as so here in this left component, when we click on this all, then it will be transferred to this right component by using these props, where the ID of this all will be passed to this right component, so that in that right component the API call will be used. And as you see here, the right component I will show to you. So this is the right component. As you see here, the search and active list, where this active list is nothing but this thing we are extracting from this left component as a prop by using props, so that that will be placed in this API call in the query parameters, so that every time we click on this bookshelves IDs like all, read, current, so every time the API call will be called. As you see here, see read, only the read status read books will be available. As you see, only status read. As you see here, when we click on this current reading, only current reading will be appeared. So from left component we are extracting information to the right component by using the props, and that information was placed in this API in the query parameters, so that the information will be rendered, as well as search also. As you see, when we search the book like HALF half girlfriend, and when we click on the search, as you see, only the single book will be rendered. So during that time also the API will be called again itself. So here book details. Now going to this book details. So this is the book details, where the ID, when we click on this individual book item, then the ID will be extracted. So that ID will be placed here. So this ID will be get through this history match props params ID. So this ID will be extracted from params that will be available when we, by using these developer tools, we will able to understand this history match params ID. So from there we are extracting this ID, and that will be again called in API. As you see here, this is a API call, and that ID was extracting from there to here, and that was placed in this query parameter, so that the individual item of the book will be rendered. Again, going back to bookshelves and click some other book on the Tempest. As you see, this the individual data of this item book item will be rendered. So that is how we are extracting this ID. This is the code of this all the book items, as you see here. In case if book items was failure, how it will be look like, I will show to you. So at present this is a success, and it should be a failure. Then it will be look like a compiling. As you see here, see, this is the failure view. As you see, when I click on this try again it will be called. So let's set into a success view. As you see here, you can see the success view of this. And you click on this home, and this will be again go to home and click on this find books, and the find books will be rendered. And when we click on this individual book item, the individual item will be got. So when we click on this again logout, then the cookies, the JWT token which we used in the login page, that will be removed. So that so here we are setting this JWT token in the cookies. So with this help of these cookies, we are rendering all the different pages. So when logout button was clicked, then as you see, going to the header, see, from history we are extracting the data. So we are removing this JWT token, and the path was moving to this login page. That's what we are doing here. So this is how my code works. And if you want this code, I will place my GitHub ID in the comment section. Please go through that. Thank you.